Namaskar. I am Dr. Priyanka Verma, working as a professor at Verma University. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to deliver a keynote address on such a relevant topic. Today, it is the need of the hour to focus on interdisciplinary research which will help us to solve the complex environmental, social, and economic challenges. So, let the journey begin. All of us are aware about these challenges, but let us discuss about them. By 2050, 9.7 billion people will need more food. Water availability is going to be less. So there's going to be 30% less water available for our current population, which is growing at a rapid rate. Climate breakdown is going to be there. Pandemics is also going to take place. All of us are already aware about the 2020 pandemic attack, which was known as COVID-19. At that point of time, biology, epidemiology, computer science, and logistics, they actually merged together to develop the vaccine. And vaccine which would have actually taken 10 years took only 10 months for its development. And at that point of time, it was very difficult. So that is where we need to focus upon that how multiple academic disciplines can combine together to solve these problems. The major problem that we are facing is that we always say that this particular thing has not been developed over here. Now, since that thing has not been developed over there, so we always feel like that, okay, the solution is not going to be available with us. Plus, we are afraid of cross-pollination. That means we are not interested in finding out that how multiple academic disciplines, if merged together, can help us to solve major problems. Funding mechanisms is also a major concern because even if we think about the solution, funding becomes an issue. There are various projects which even if developed, the solution has been done, funding is not being given to them. So that is where the traditional research fails. Now, this is how sustainability issues can be solved. We can actually combine biology and artificial intelligence together to develop intelligent genomics, which is already under development, and if taken seriously, it can actually help us to solve a lot of problems. Smart cities can be developed making use of urban planning, technology, and sociology. Renewable energy resources can be focused upon because all of us are aware that our energy resources are going away at a rapid rate, right? So if we focus more on renewable energy resources, making use of engineering, environmental science, and business, we think will become much more easier for us. Similarly, we can even focus on sustainable agriculture, where we can combine biology, artificial intelligence, and science. So if you see this particular slide, it is pretty clear that if we focus on interdisciplinary research, if we focus on how various academic disciplines, if merged together, can help us to solve the various problems, majority of our problems can be solved. So in a way, we can say that it is innovation through diverse thinking. So these are the few examples. Sustainable innovation has already taken place in the field of climate and energy, where first example is a carbon capture breakthrough, where greenhouse emissions can actually be reduced by removing the carbon dioxide from industrial and atmosphere. Some carbon dioxide can actually be removed if we implement this carbon capture breakthrough. And it is merging chemical engineering, material science, and AI. Similarly, another example is Fusion's Promise, where a 35-nation collaboration unites physicists, material scientists, and computer engineers together to build the largest tokamak for clean energy, which is going to mimic the sun energy. So just imagine, instead of totally focusing on the sun's energy, we are focusing on artificial energy which has been developed by making use of various computer engineers, physicists, and material scientists. The third example is the self-healing infrastructure, which makes use of self-healing concrete which has been developed making use of microbiology and civil engineering. It automatically detects and responds to repair the damage. So in a way, we can say that lifespan of the buildings can be increased to decades because the cracks, even if it takes place, they are going to heal on their own. Next, we are going to focus upon how we can defeat the disease and advance our health. One of the examples is AI-powered drug discovery, where AlphaFold, one of the companies, has predicted that 200 million protein structures can actually be developed by merging computer science and molecular biology, which is going to help us to beat 80% of human diseases. So just imagine that major of our diseases problem can be solved if we actually focus on AI-powered drug discovery. Similarly, gene editing is also another thing that can be focused upon. Molecular biology and biochemistry together can be combined to reverse the sickle cell disease and thalassemia. Thalassemia, I'm sure majority of you are aware, which is actually a very harmful disease. So if in case we focus on gene editing, we can solve that particular disease. Similarly, bionic limbs can be developed. So those people who are not able to walk, they would be able to walk by making use of these bionic limbs, which are going to be developed making use of neuroscience, robotics, and haptics. Another sustainable innovation has been done in the field of agriculture and materials, where one of the examples is vertical farming. So these arrow farms which are being developed, they make use of 90% less water. So since we know water scarcity is going to become a problem in the coming time, so arrow farms, if they develop, then 90% less water consumption is going to be there. Pesticides are also not going to be used, and they are just going to be developed making use of plant science, LED technology, environmental engineering, and AI. Similarly, solar desalination is another example where water can be purified making use of only sunlight, and it is going to be developed making use of thermodynamics, material science, and civil engineering. Third example in the field of agriculture is the development of sustainable biomaterials. We all are already aware about spider silk, which is being developed by making use of bees and other academic disciplines such as synthetic biology and textile engineering. So if you see the previous slides, various academic disciplines when merged together can actually help us to solve a lot of problems in the field of agriculture, in the field of disease, in the field of climate, right? So I've taken those examples which were if developed and if implemented, which will actually help us to solve a lot of problems and help us to develop a more sustainable one. So we can say that whole is greater than the sum of its parts. If we combine to work together the diverse expertise, enterprise solutions can develop. So we can say that interdisciplinary research is not optional, it is essential. And if you see this particular slide, already the government has also understood that if we develop the interdisciplinary projects, it's going to help us a lot to solve our problems. So global research and development has also focused, and there has been increase in over 25% over the last 5 years. So various government agencies, various private sectors are also now ready to invest in this interdisciplinary projects, which will help us to solve the various problems. So the trend is growing, the budget is also growing. More and more companies are now ready to invest. And so if in case we focus on these projects, we can create a more sustainable future. So concluding, I would just like to say that most of our challenges can solve if we focus on a unified solution, a collaborative solution, a cross-disciplinary solution, and we break down the walls. That means we don't say that we would not be able to do it, but instead we do it together combining together various disciplines to build a more resilient and a more equitable world. So we can say that if it is implemented, sustainable future wouldn't be a dream. It would be a blueprint which is going to be built up, making use of various interdisciplines. So thank you so much. And I hope that various academic disciplines are going to be combined together to develop a more sustainable future. Thank you once again for this opportunity.